Good, happy Monday morning, March 4th, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to, and also we are on the storm watch this morning, as you know, is snowing and impacting that big morning commute. There are lots of closings and delays this morning. There are 598 closings and delays this morning. If you want to see that complete list, just go to WMUR.com. There are 2 weather alerts, and you can go to WMUR.com to see those 2 weather alerts as well. With a full check of your weather forecast, let's go to meteorologist Kevin Skrupa with your weather forecast.
Burst out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
Recording this for you just before the morning commute as the snow will gradually wind down from west to east later on this morning. Some totals over 6 inches of accumulation in places. Most organized the snow will be early this morning and then winding down, actually giving way to partial sunshine into the afternoon. Temperatures later on today will be in the 30s. You'll probably notice a northwesterly breeze start to pick up after the lunch hour today, and that'll be going 10 to 20 miles an hour later on this afternoon. So you'll notice with future forecasts the progression of the heavier and most focused snowfall pretty much winding down by late morning across southeastern areas. Still some lingering light snow and snow showers for the North Country, and I think that is pretty much the only place we will likely see precipitation starting tonight and continuing on through the daylight hours on Wednesday. You'll notice there will be the risk of an additional shower with partial sunshine later on this afternoon. Temperatures tonight dropping back between 0 and 15. Tomorrow, we're only in the 20s. It will be with a northwesterly wind. It won't be really gusty through the afternoon, but noticeable. And it looks like highs in the 20s will continue into the day on Wednesday. Weak disturbance gliding through will mean occasional snow shower activity through the White Mountains of the Great North Woods. Otherwise, fair skies through the end of the week. So the snow winds down from west to east this morning. Partly sunny skies with temperatures in the 30s this afternoon. That subtle melting certainly will help out there for cleanup efforts. 0 to 15 overnight tonight, and tomorrow we're in the 20s with a breeze out of the northwest. Partly sunny skies going forward all the way through the end of the week and starting to moderate a bit by the weekend.
Okay, and there you go on that weather forecast from meteorologist Kevin Skrupa. And now let's take a look at your traffic and see how your roadways are moving right now. And here's a look at your traffic map right now. We're seeing a lot of yellow and red and a few green spots, but very slow going due to the snow that is falling, and all major highways are at the marked speed limit of 45 miles per hour. Very slow going out there, so take it easy, and if you can, try to wait until this storm is completely done and gone to do anything. And now let's get to your local news. First up, teen texting and driving. Driver car off road knocks gas pump over. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Well, you are looking live at the aftermath of a dramatic series of events in Hudson tonight after a teenage driver who was texting and driving lost control and then crashed. Police say a 17-year-old from Londonderry was driving northbound on Derry Street when she drifted into the southbound lane. She then went off the road into the parking lot of a bank, hitting the sign. Police say her car then went over a snowbank and into the parking lot of this mobile station, striking a pump and knocking it over. And that pump fell onto a parked car with 3 people inside. We talked to one of them just a short time ago.
When I looked over, I just saw the gas pump kind of leaning towards me, and all I thought was, I better run.
And amazingly, no one was hurt in this crash. The teenager was issued a citation for use of an electronic mobile device.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Hudson man arrested following dramatic incident. Shot fired by Sergeant Michard. Striking neighboring home, police say. A Hudson man was arrested Sunday after a dramatic incident. At 3:30 p.m., Hudson police responded to 2 Tate Street for a disturbance. While on the way, officers also learned that a man known to others in the house was armed with a firearm. Upon the officers' arrival, they were able to enter the residence, contact the man, secure his firearm, and detain him. He was identified as Serge Machard, 57 of Tate Street, 2 Tate Street. Officers learned there was a dramatic related disturbance between Machard and other family members in the house, and during the verbal altercation, Machard armed himself with a handgun. Machard allegedly fired the handgun into a wall while inside the house, which exited the house and pretended the front of 1 Tate Street. Police also suspect Machard went to the rear of his home and fired several more rounds towards the backyard. Machard was arrested and charged with 3 counts of felonious domestic violence, criminal threatening, 6 counts of felonious reckless conduct, and 2 counts of unauthorized discharge of a firearm. No one was injured. Machard is being held with no bail. He will have a bail hearing on Monday at 1 p.m. at Nashua Superior Court. One arrested in connection with break-in car theft in Meredith. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Well, police have arrested a man who they say stole an SUV after forcefully breaking into a home in Meredith on Saturday. Meredith police say that man broke into the home off Route 25 last night and then threatened the homeowners before taking the keys to their Toyota RAV4 and driving off. Epsom police found that car in their town this afternoon. They took that man into custody. No one was hurt inside that Meredith home.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Procession escorts fallen Maine firefighter to Old Orchard Beach Funeral Home. A procession of first responders escorted the body of fallen firefighter Captain Joel Burns to a funeral home in Old Orchard Beach in Maine on Sunday. Burns, 32, died battling an apartment fire in Berwick, Maine on Friday. The procession stopped at the Berwick Fire Department, where Burns served for more than 2 years. Burns's father said Saturday that a firefighter told him Burns saved his life during the fire by shielding him from the flames. His father says Burns always wanted to be a firefighter. An investigation continues to determine what caused the fire. The fire was reported in a 6-unit apartment building at 10 Bell Street at about 11 a.m. Friday. 4 other firefighters who were injured were treated and released from Wentworth Douglas Hospital in Dover, New Hampshire. Funeral arrangements are expected to be announced this week. Burns was a paramedic and served as a Berwick Fire and Rescue Training Officer and Emergency Medical Service Coordinator, according to his family. He also served for several other Maine departments, including ones in Old Orchard Beach, South Berwick, and York. Burns joined the Berwick Department in 2016. He was also a pre-dime firefighter in action. An initial finding indicates that Burns was leading another firefighter in an interior attack of the fire when conditions suddenly worsened. Captain Burns died a hero battling a large and dangerous building fire. He made the ultimate sacrifice of his community, Berwick Fire Chief said on Saturday. Burns's family asked that any donations in his name be made to the Berwick Volunteer Firefighters Association, CO Kennebunk Savings Bank, 2 School Street, Berwick, Maine, 03901. AG identified woman found dead in Manchester. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9.
Few details being released into this scene in this area of Granite Street as authorities continue to investigate, but they now say Tanya Hall is the victim. The area between Canal and Elm was shut down while crews investigated during the early morning hours. Manchester police responded, finding Hall deceased with an apparent gunshot wound. An autopsy will be performed tomorrow to determine Hall's cause and manner of death.
We believe it to be an apparent gunshot injury, but we won't know for sure until an autopsy is completed.
Authorities have not released exactly where Hall was found, but say tonight they want to speak with anyone who was in Manch Vegas Bar and Grill or near Old Granite, and Elm Streets last night or early this morning who may have information. The Attorney General's office says Manchester police are investigating several places for evidence.
There are various locations that we're interested in and incidents that we're interested in.
The AG's office says at this time there is no evidence to suggest any threat to the general public.
With any case in which a homicide or a violent crime occurs, obviously the public should exercise a degree of prudence, but there's nothing that indicates any threat to the public at large in this particular case.
Now, the AG's office says no suspects have been arrested at this point in time, but anyone with information should call Manchester police.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Now let's take a look at your business news. Dow features higher on hopes of China-U.S. trade deal. U.S. stocks index feature were higher on Monday morning on the back of renewed hopes in trade talks between U.S. and China. At least 23 killed when tornado ripped through Alabama. Death toll expected to rise. The death was in Lee County, about 60 miles northeast of Montenegro. At least 23 people were killed in southeastern Alabama on Sunday after a slew of damaging tornadoes ripped through the area, officials said. The death toll in Lee County likely will rise as search and rescue crews go back out Monday morning. So far, all of those killed are from the town of Burgard. Lee County Sheriff Jay Jones told ABC News. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you back here later on today for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Goodbye, everyone.